Mm, and load. This is chapter 2 then, okay, of Higurashi. I took it a little too easy on the morning of my day off. I was totally late. Today was the day Rena and Mion were going to show me around Himizawa. Rena and Mion were already waiting at the meeting place. Hee-chan, you're late. Sorry, the show I was watching last night was really interesting. Blame that. Oh, so that's your excuse for being late and keeping two girls waiting. Hee-chan, you just got here yourself. Haha. Last night's episode of A Day in the Life of was interesting, wasn't it? You were just as guilty as me. Rena was carrying a pretty heavy-looking handbag. What is that? Mion answered my unspoken question with a wink. That's right, Rena really did make a picnic. Hee-chan, after you left, Rena pulled out all the stops. It's not like I forced her to do it. It was nothing, so don't worry about it, okay? She's been like this since last night, you know? And you take responsibility for this? Alright, I am a man after all. I'll take responsibility. Huh? Responsibility for what? For what? As we both turned around slowly to look at Rena, our gazes drifted downwards to the massive handbag she was carrying. It didn't seem logically feasible that it would be entirely filled with lunchboxes, except this was Rena we were talking about here. About 2 kilos, I guess. 2 kilograms, that's a lot. Rena was picking it up. I could see she was struggling a bit. I say 5. You're exaggerating. You're actually good as a boy after all. I thought you could probably eat a lot, so I made a lot, okay? Haha, let's get going. Heavy ho. Just on the way she was lifting it up, I couldn't believe the only thing in there were lunchboxes. Correction, I say 5 kilos too. I'll help her, but all of it needs to be eaten. I won't forgive you if you make Rena sad, got it? The only thing I could do at that moment was exercise a bit to make myself hungrier. I finished with the peasantries, we began our leisurely stroll. A carefree walk bathed in the gentle morning sunlight. I couldn't even imagine something so wholesome existing during my time in the city. These were the boonies after all. No solvy desk jockeys trudging to work on the weekends out here. It really was a nice place, peaceful and quiet. As sparsely populated as the village was, you could still run into people just walking around. Yeah, I think this here's better. Ah, good day, good day. Oh, you must be Mubarakun, I believe. My two companions exchanged greetings with everyone we ran across. All of those passerbys even knew my name. When did I become this famous? We passed 3 people, and when all 3 of them knew me, I started to feel a bit paranoid. Haha, it's a bit sad to say. Everyone knows everyone since there are so few people in Himizawa. So that means when an unfamiliar face walks by, they automatically assume that it's some Mabara fella who just moved here. Yeah, that's how it works out. This process of elimination, you could only pull off in a place like this, but it was quite effective. But now I'd better make sure to maintain a good reputation. The day I'm discovered accidentally gonking at a dirty magazine in the bookstore, I can expect all the villagers labelling me as a lech. By the next day, Himizawa is not to be trifled with. Ba-ba-da-da-da. That's not the end of this nightmare. Of course I know them. The first person we met was old man Takizo from the Makino bike shop. His hobbies are bonsai and playing in the flute. Next we met the ghost's second son, Daisuke. His hobby is sharp shooting and he hopes to be a sniper in the future. And the person we just met was Mio-san, the nurse of the clinic. Her hobbies are birdwatching and photography. You know the names of everyone we pass by, and even their profiles? Seeing my surprise, Mia and Rena exchange looks and burst into laughter. Well, yeah, we're not like the city where people hardly know their neighbors. So let's try it out. You there, who am I? Haha, you could catch him about her. You say some mean things, but you're actually a kind, shy person. It's been 3 weeks since you transferred here. Your hobby is taking afternoon naps. Later you switched over to wearing boxes, didn't you? That's enough. Boxes. Enough of that. Apparently there's absolutely nothing you can keep hidden here. Himizawa was not a place to be trifled with. Da. This feels more like you guys are showing me off rather than me just showing me around. That's right. Da. Parading around like this after all. Don't you all think so too? That's right. Ki-chan is fitting right in here in Himizawa. The population of Himizawa is shrinking, so the villagers welcome anyone who's new here. I thought about brushing you off with something to the effect of "you're kidding me," but I held back. Have I ever greeted someone who just moved into the city like this before? Thinking about that made me believe what they said wasn't a joke at all. We passed another person. Of course, we're called out to again the same way. Oh my, good day, it's wonderful seeing you getting along. This lady here is Fujishima-san, good day. Oh my Barada-kun. How wonderful for you having a lovely girl in your charm. How are you? Getting used to life here? Instead of regurgitating a prepared response like I would have in the city, I responded with an empathetic nod. The old lady chuckled, voicing her appreciation of how energetic I was. Good. As I looked back over to Rena and Mion, they gave me a wink. So now then, how about time to have lunch, maybe? Rena's brilliant smile signaled the approach of an event that both Mion and I were trying to forget. We both looked at each other. I'm a man, I'll do what I can, but it's just too much. It's fine, Kikachi Mabata, let's leave it to this old man. Mion has never seemed as reliable as she does right now. I expect no less from the class representative. Rena, if we're going to eat, we might as well go somewhere with a good view. Yes, a good idea, I agree. Rena nodded her head happily in response to Mion's proposal. Just in the top of a stone stairway, a shrine drawn straight out of my imagination appeared before us. It had worn down a bit through the years, but the fallen leaves had been swept up, giving it a tidy feeling. This here is the Furudu Shrine. It's probably the place with the best view around. This place, be sure to remember it. On our next break, a festival will be held here. Isn't it too early in the season for a festival? The Onikakushi isn't a summer festival. Long ago, it used to be a celebration of the end of winter. I was embarrassed for assuming that festivals had to be held in the summer. Now then, spread out the lunchboxes, and there, various colored lunchboxes were placed one after the other on top of the plastic sheet. It sure did smell delicious. It was Rena's home cooking. It went without saying that it would be delicious. But is it impossible to finish all this? Hey, Mion. It'll take more than just a good view to get this all down, you know. Satoko and, Rika? Right? Good afternoon. It's Rika-chan and Satoko. Why are they here? Mion grinned over at me. I see, this was her secret plan to get power in numbers. Yeah, my thanks, Mion. Following up when all the pieces are in place is my specialty. This had to come since there was such a commotion. What is the meaning of this? Take a look. It's time for lunch. Buffet style. A homemade gourmet meal by Rena. I can see that much, but why have you laid out a top on our property? The temple is public grounds, it's not yours. Kichi is right. This is everyone's property. Wow, Rika-chan is such a good girl. Have a seat. Eat with us. After opening up a spot for Rika-chan, I promptly turned my back on Satoko. Hold on 1 second. Where is my spot? No spot for you and nothing for you to eat. Don't worry, there's some for you too. No, I'll eat all of hers. We're not allowed that, Rika. Yeah, chopsticks. Both Satoko and I leapt at the boxes, having it out with each other. Man, really, Ki-chan, you're really good at leading people on. You might have a talent for this. Have a plate, one for me-chan and Rika-chan too. Rena whipped out a pair of chopsticks and paper plates. If we don't hurry, it'll all be eaten up. That's right, okay. Shall we commence this battle? Please eat a lot. There's enough for everyone, Rena said as she opened up a thermos. Just then, I realized that this lunch was much made under the assumption that 5 people would be eating. It didn't change how much there was, but the implication behind it was different. Baba, I will not allow you to have this hamburger. Using your elbows against the rules, Toko. Grabbing the back of my card is also against the rules. It was a tough battle, blocking with her full momentum and an elbow in the opening moves. Toko appeared to have the upper hand, but the difference in our proficiency with chopsticks proved to be fatal and gave me the upper hand. Wait a second. Let me pause. Let's unpause then. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, it's recording again, just making sure. The last meatball, Totoko Hojo has been bested, nom. Totoko and I, Amberly, began choking at the same time. Amberly, falling backwards and spasming. Rika-chan patted me on the head to clear it, even though it was actually stuck in my throat. Seeing that made Rena blush and breathe heavily in excitement. It was almost like flowers were floating all around her. Mion advises Rena to refrain from saying anything that could get her locked up. This is how our meals usually go. I would do anything in my power, just so things could stay like this. The intense battle calmed, and finally everyone reached a point where they could begin talking. Receiving tea from the thermos, I let out a small sigh. I do wonder why there's so few words in Japanese to praise how something tastes. Isn't it because the idea of togetherness during a meal didn't exist, didn't begin till the modern era? It seems that long ago people ate in silence. It must have made the people preparing the food a bit sad, don't you think? It's probably because back then the people were busy even while eating food and didn't have time to compliment the flavor. That's just you. But you know, just hearing that it's good makes me happy. That my efforts was worth it, I mean. She blushed a little as she said that. It was delicious. It was absolute perfect timing. Rika and struck Rena directly with praise. She looked straight at her with an expression of bewitching innocence. Huh? After Rena uttered an intelligent noise, a ring of smoke rose from her head in audible proof. How? Rika-chan, I'm gonna take you home. No, I mean, thank you. It was really delicious. Rena flushed red with excitement, embracing Rika-chan, rubbing her cheeks again so hard you could hear it. And to reward Rika-chan for her praise, ta-da! These are special 2 apple rabbits. After sticking toothpicks into them, she thrust them towards Rika-chan. As Rika-chan accepted them, the mood suddenly shifted in a bizarre way. What is this, Toko? What's with that defiant look? Has everyone prepared proper praise to receive apples from Rena-san? Don't push yourself. What kind of praise can you think with your weak vocab? Ha ha ha, well then. Allow me to show you. After Satoko flashed Yin and me a defiant look, she changed the tone of her voice suddenly. Hey, so Rena only Shan's lunch? Satoko thought it was yummy too. Satoko looked up poutily while talking cutesily. Cutesy. What? How was that praise? That's not even persuasion by tears, that's persuasion by cuteness, isn't it? This is a Rena limited special skill. A special skill, like more like a limited weakness or whatever, I don't know. She blushed and her head spun, waving around in circles. Don't fall for it, Rena. How? Of course that was asking for the impossible. Rena glopped Satoko and began rubbing her cheeks against her. Glomped. Cute. Satoko is so cute. Take you home. How? Swish. Stab. Push. Satoko was also presented with apple rabbits. After stuffing them in her mouth, she looked over at me and at me with that defiant gaze. It only took 5 seconds to take down Rena. That's unfair to think she had such a trick. If it upsets you so much, why not reward Rena-san with some praise? Damn it! That was a dirty trick. First of all, that wasn't even praise. Satoko, you think you won with that, don't you? How about I show you guys something much better than your superficial gimmicks? That sounds great, Mian. What kind of trick is it? Keith-chan is going to be the one who does it. What? Ho 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 ho. Why don't I have you show me then? The withering of an old maid. The plan of attack she suggested was wicked, but it was the only thing we had to beat Satoko. After sipping my tea, I started talking very naturally and calmly. Perfectly. It was really good, isn't it? This is all freshly made, right? Oh no. Actually, most all of it was frozen stuff. Which one did you make fresh? Well, it's embarrassing, do I really have to say, must I? From the synergy of a boy plus homemade lunchbox expression had melted into euphoria. I already know this one, right? Rena turned an even deeper shade of red. The words "I can't believe" you practically written on her face. How could you tell? How, that I made it? Plus, Rena had told me, Yum had told me beforehand. It's been perfect so far. After acting like I was shy, I waited a bit. Next would be the finisher. It had your smell. Silence enveloped the area. Rena's face still completely red, both solid. With a small yelp, Satoko also blushed. Of course I did too. I sure would like to try one of Rena's handmade apple rabbits or something. Even if this was all because I was competing against Satoko, I felt like I'd crossed the line by a good 9 yards, I think. Then at that moment, whoosh, there was a Tupperware container filled with rabbits. But please eat some, Ketchikan. There's plenty for you. Oh, and suddenly dozens of the apple rabbits were shoved into my mouth, knocking me over. Okay, say, Ketchikan. My head was forcefully laid upon her lap, and even more apples were shoved into my mouth. While she was squealing, one apple after another was forced into my mouth. More apples. How about them apples? How him. How about them apples, Satoko? Looks like we win. Ki-chan, that was a beautiful sacrifice. How's that, Satoko? This is our complete victory, isn't it? I can't believe it, such trickery. It doesn't bother me at all. Joker ground his teeth mortified. We did it. I claimed victory as my consciousness drifted slowly away from me. At that time, Rena stopped her screaming as she suddenly realized something. Rika-chan, you're not eating. Did the salt water make it too strong? Maybe? Looking over, Rika-chan had pulled a toothpick out of the apple rabbia and placed it into her cupped hand. I seemed to be at a loss for words for what to do. Poor Mr. Rabbia, I feel sorry for him. I want to save him. Phew. There was the sound of blood spurting from Rena's nose. Tonight I will take you home. She shook us radically, her head wobbling back and forth. Then coming back to her senses, she took all of the apples around me, gathered them up with a whisk and fixed them back on the plate. Now they're all just fine, Kay. Here, I'll give that to you, Rika-chan, KK. Rika-chan, raised up Satoko's hand like a reference. After having that bit of rubbish shoved to her, she whispered, "This is our victory." What? A comeback? Haha. Heist? No. Here. I just don't care anymore. Thus my sacrifice ended up being in vain. Higurashi. When they cry. And the format is that we do 2 of those Higurashis when they cry, right? And then the chapter ends. It was a fun-filled, crazy day, but as soon as the sun began to set, the end of the day really did come quickly. Quick. Later, Rena and Ki-chan, see you tomorrow. Thanks for today, Mion. I had a great time. See you tomorrow. Satoko and Rika-chan went home as well. We parted ways with Mion and it ended with just Rena and myself, enjoying the evening air on our way home. Thanks for coming today, Kikachi-kun. Was it fun? Yeah, lots of fun. Almost feels like a waste to go home now. Then, well, would you mind taking a little detour? Maybe? A detour? Is it far? It's a bit of a walk, but it won't take long. Since we had been walking around all day, I must have seemed a bit tired. Not feeling like teasing Rena, I quietly nodded. Stream. Bridge. Dam. Traversing a small path and up a small hill, the land suddenly stretched out before us. There, what looks like the remains of a dilapidated construction site came into view. Da. A large heap of garbage spread out towards the swamp. Probably illegal dumping. I recall it being in the newspaper. It's been quite a while. I wonder what's here. When you say it's been a while, you mean the business you had here was with this garbage pile? It's not garbage. To me, it's a pile of treasure. Rena had already entered that well-known cute mode of hers. Does that mean there was something cute here? Whoa, a new pile. I can't wait. She bounded up the unstable slope. I expect no less from a born and bred country girl. Wait, I'm coming. Whoa. My CV self was completely pitiful. It's alright, just stay right there, Kikachi-kun, it won't take long. Rena kindly declined my compliment. Don't fall, watch your step. I'm fine, this is nothing at all. Literally rounding up the heaps of trash, Rena disappeared off the other side. I didn't like being left behind, but I was still pretty tired from the whole day, so I just ended up waiting. Without the lively reading around the surroundings, area quickly fell into silence. The fire the Higurashi gently cooled the air. Fairly exhausted, I began to feel a little sleepy. Just then, the sudden noise of scratching pebbles alerted me to someone else's presence. Startled, I turned around. Standing there was a typical-looking photographer who spied over at me through his camera. His body was tan and fit, but something about him seemed unreliable, and he had a bit of an aloof air about him. But it didn't seem like he was a bad guy in any case. Whoa, you surprised me. Although startled, when I turned around, he overplayed his reaction. That was my line. I'm only surprised here. My bad, I didn't mean to startle you. Are you from Himizawa? I gathered that he wasn't from that question. Faced with my suspicious outlook, he introduced himself without my prompting. I'm, Tommy Tak, freelance photographer. I come to Himizawa from time to time. I didn't ask you who you were. Quite rude to photograph someone without consent, one would think. My bad. I mainly photograph wild birds. They can't refuse, you see, haha. So what, you're saying I'm the same as the birds? No, well, you see, that image of a young man in the twilight was just picturesque. I apologize for trying to take a picture without asking. Adults are pretty slick. All that annoyance I felt of being started flew away as he buzzed me up. I had no intention of, hanging around with this guy, trying to cozy with me. Except it didn't seem like Rena would be back soon. But this older guy, Tommy Tak-san, he didn't mind my casual, cautious response and continued rambling on by himself. Higurashi-kun, sorry to keep you waiting. I'm finished now. Rena popped her head out of one of the lower piles of garbage and waved her hand. You have someone with you? What would she be doing over there? That's what I wanted to know. Don't know. Maybe she's checking on that dismembered corpse that was out here long ago. Tommy Tak looked shaken up by that for a moment. Uh-oh, I was wondering like I would if I was talking with Rena and the others. It was quite a disturbing incident. I still haven't found one of the arms. Hello. Ha ha ha. Higurashi-kun, sorry to keep you. You were waiting a while, I guess. I'd best leave you two lovebirds alone. Again, my apologies for startling you, Higurashi-kun. Oh no, my name. Wait. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Tomita-san, quilted suggestively, then disappeared into the twilight. I didn't say that right, but whatever. Missing my chance to retort put me a bit off. Higurashi-kun, are you angry? Why, I wonder. It wasn't Rena's fault, so I just decided to brush it off for now. How was it? Find a treasure trove? Oh yes, so listen, you see, there was a Colonel Sanders doll. The guy from KFC? Colonel Sanders doll? But that's the thing, those statues they always have in front of that fried chicken place, that life-size dummy. Yes, Colonel Sanders. How cute, I want to take it home. I couldn't tell how she decided it was cute or not, but well, she seems to want it. It's garbage, right? No one would care if you just take it home, right? It's become the base of another pile. I can't dig it out easily. There's no lampposts over there, so it'll get pretty dark soon. Rena seemed quite down about finding a treasure and not being able to bring it back. I'll help you out to repay you for that delicious picnic you prepared today. How to thank you. We're heading home too. Boost proclaimed that nightfall would soon be upon us. Higurashi-kun is gonna help. I can take Colonel Sanders home. How? Rena staggered along as if intoxicated in her dreamy state of mind. I tried asking her in a way that wouldn't take her out of her cheery state. Hey Rena, long ago did something happen here? Seems like they were building a dam. I don't know the details though, how? Just wondering if you knew anything, an accident or something. I don't know. Her tone was disturbingly frank. It sounded more like denial than an answer. I must have appeared rather dumbstruck. Rena quickly lightened her expression. Actually, I didn't live here until a year ago. Huh? You transferred here too? I was sure of that. So you see, I don't really know much from before then. Sorry. Don't really know. Don't want to talk about it. That was the kind of feel she gave me. Thinking about it, of course it would be like that. Wasn't the kind of thing girls would enjoy talking about. It's quite a disturbing incident. It seems they haven't been able to find one of the arms. That's what he said. If it's just like Tommy Takusan said, then I had a feeling only the Higurashi would know. Is that why the Higurashi are crying? Higurashi when they cry. I gotta do the tips now. Da 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 do. The Mabada Mansion. The damn site. Murder Shaster's Memory. Newspaper edition. Let's do the Mabada Manor. So, Ki-chan, you're not stinking rich. What is this all of a sudden? Did I come to school in a limo before? How much do you get for your monthly allowance? About 10? My, that's a rather plebeian amount. His lunch is made up of normal stuff. He isn't rich. What are they talking about? To be asked out of nowhere how much I get, and then told that's a plebeian amount? Ah, sorry. Rena seemed to pick up on my dubious expression and started giggling. Ki-chan, your house, you know, it's pretty big, yeah? So the architect has people all around him as I were calling it the Mabada Manor, and it sort of stands out. Mabada Manor? Since the house is so big, everyone is gossiping, wondering exactly how rich you are. I see, now I get it. Well, the frame of it is huge. I see how it could cause some misunderstandings. On my deduction, I wager they spent too much on the house, and that is why they are now broke. Being broke, how very, very unfortunate. Mika-chan took pity on me as she patted my head. I go from being treated like a millionaire to a beggar. It's like ruining your imagination, but we aren't millionaires or poor, with the image of a normal, average household. You can't call it normal without a huge house. The entranceway is all round, and the gate is large enough for a large truck to get through. That's not normal at all. They do say the bigger the house, the more presumptuous you are. The reason the house is so big is because Dad's studio is in it. There were a bunch of different workshops and lots of the works are hung up in different places. All of them are huge too. For those reasons, the family actually uses only a third of the house for day-to-day living. He planned it out so people and cars could come in to see the gallery he opens up in the house someday. By the way, the entranceway Rihanna is talking about is the one for the studio, and is normally sealed off. The entranceway that our family actually uses is a very simple and plain one. The interior is much different from how it looked on the outside. I'd really like a chance to explore Ki-chan's house. Claiming not to be rich, but having a home like that. What could be hidden there? Maybe there's something cute hidden. How? They probably had no money to purchase furniture, so it's Spartan rooms. If there's a carpeted room, I would love to try rolling around on the floor. Well, that would be great, so great, I would want to roll around too. Sounds like their imaginations were just piling on. Well, sometime in the near future, it wouldn't be too bad to invite them all to my house. Dad is a sucker for the ladies, so he might even let them around his studio. The crowd of the Higurashi transcendented as the sky towered over everything. It was hot, but the air was clear. It smelled like the beginning of summer. Dismemberment. Newspaper edition. This is gonna be a not newspaper edition. From the June XX 1979 edition. The Shinobone City Akinomiya Police Station June XX. Late at night. Suspect XXXX. XXX. XXXX. XXXXX. XXXXX. Were arrested on suspicion of murder and improper disposal of a corpse. The main offender, XXXX, has been added to the wanted list nationwide. According to our sources, the 6 suspects were at Himizawa Dam construction site workroom on the XX out at 9 p.m. where they are suspected to have assaulted and murdered the site overseer XXXX as a group, dismembering his body and hiding it. On the XX at 8 o'clock in the morning, a report was filed by the Shinobon City Hospital in which the main suspect alluded to having murdered XXXXX. When questioned at the police station, the individual confessed to the crime. Since a portion of the body was recovered at the location he gave, he was arrested that afternoon on suspicion of murder and mutilation of a corpse. The rest of the suspects were arrested the same day, but the main culprit is still at large. Police are currently on his trail. The motive is supposed to be a drunken verbal dispute, during which he killed the victim in a fit of rage. However, as there are multiple inconsistencies within their testimonies, the investigation is still ongoing. Ba-ba-da-ba. But yeah, that should be it for this time then, the subchapter. So, yeah, bye-bye. Bye.